It is long past time. We have a $15 federal minimum wage.
It's long past time we pass a national $15 an hour minimum wage. I think it's long past time that there's a minimum wage of $15 an hour. It's long past time to be a $15 federal minimum wage.
$15 minimum wage. $15 minimum wage. A $15 million, $15,000. $15.
National minimum wage should be $15.
$15 an hour. $15 an hour.
$15 an hour. What the hell are we arguing about a $15 minimum wage for?
A $15 an hour minimum wage.
$15 should be a minimum wage, period.
$15 an hour. $15 an hour.
$15 an hour?
$15 an hour.
I do support a $15 minimum wage. A $15 minimum wage. A $15 minimum wage?
$15 minimum wage.
Why is it even a question?
One of the fights that I've been waging for a number of years now.
Since my first day in Congress, I have been fighting to raise the minimum wage. $4.25 to $5.50. $5.15 to $7.25. You want to vote against the minimum wage? Have the guts to come up here.
It's been 10 years.
4 years ago, I was told raising the minimum wage too radical. Oh my God.
Going from $7.25 to $12 is a huge difference.
Oh, you want to more than double it. And what are you smoking? 12 is not good enough. We need $15 an hour.
Now, is that something, Joe, that you are supportive of?
Bernie, I am extremely supportive of it.
Did you, of course, support a $15 federal minimum
I
wage?
do. It's well past time. The minimum wage nationally be a minimum of $15. It's well past.
It's $15 an hour.
$15 an hour. $15 an hour. The minimum wage is a minimum.
Minimum wage of $15. People tell me that's going to be hard to pass. Florida just passed it. The recovery plan also calls for at least $15 an hour. Oh, apparently that's not going to occur.
So you're saying the minimum wage won't be in this
My
referendum?
guess is it will not be.
Vice President Kamala Harris, she could overrule the parliamentarian.
We'll let the process play out.
We're going to pass a national $15 an hour minimum wage. You all think I'm kidding, don't you?
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, okie dokie, boomer. BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Oh my God. What a week. What a week.
What a week. Yeah, it's been a crazy week.
How are you, Shanda?
I'm tripping out on this card. Where the hell did you get that face to fit perfect on his face?
I think he was born with it.
He was just born with it.
Either that or he got it during puberty. I'm not sure. Oh my God. Yeah, I stole that from a joker somewhere, a really good joker, and it was fun. So
good job.
I like the little hat.
The hat, the
that's
jester hat's perfect.
I wish he'd wear that all the time. I see Ronald McDonald Oz likes it too. So that's what we're going with. Hi everybody, what's going on, man? It's been a week.
Chat, I know it feels like forever since I actually got to do a show with the chat. We've done so many guest spots and so much this week that I miss you guys.
I miss them too. Brett McKinney says mullet Oz. Hi,
that's super mullet Oz.
Super mullet Oz. This one's down to my belly button. This is really cool.
He can braid it.
Yeah, I can braid it. And this is actually nose hair that's braided into a stash. So
it's Oz dirt. It's Oz dirt.
Oz dirt. Yeah, Oz dirty dirt Oz. God, we've got quite a few people there over in the Natural Progressive.
Hey,
we got
Holly.
Montauk. We got Gazar. We got Vermont Smith and Salt Lakers. Yeah, who do you got over on Raw Media Live?
Oh my gosh, we got so many. Holly Horn, Dingo Ate My Baby, Gamer for Life, Brett McKinney. Let's see, I know I saw others in here. Patty Tweets.
Yeah, Patty Tweets likes my super mullet there. Thank you, Patty Tweets.
Hey, Jilly Love. I bought my cat one of those stupid tunnels too, and he didn't like it.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
We got Chris Foster's over in the Rock
Chris
Fan,
Foster.
along with 8 other people. We got Brett McKinney. You're doing double time tonight, Brett. Yeah, shit. Joke's on us.
Joke's on us. Joke's been on us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Joke's been on us for freaking 40 years.
Yeah, it has been, and I will default to what I always ask everybody, the Blue MAGA people. Blue MAGA, we've been getting hit by Blue MAGA. What have the Democrats actually done for the 99% over the last 40 years? Yeah, it's 4 decades. 4 decades. What have they really done for the people versus the corporate interests, their donors? And
I got to tell you, every time you ask that, I hear Janet Jackson's "What Have You Done For Me Lately?"
Really?
And so you'll always see me during a show go, "What have you done for me lately?" when you say it. Just a little inside thing that you guys can look for it.
Yeah, shoot. You got some news, right? You got some news?
I got some news. What
Yeah,
news is
you and
that?
Amber have news.
Yes, we are going to DC to hang out with our brothers and sisters and show our support against fuck censorship and, support freeing Julian Assange.
Hey, right on. So that's going to be Clovers for Assange, right?
Clovers for Assange, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm glad you're going. You're still, you guys are kind of like really thin, so we have that.
Oh, we are thin ice in it, but we're pulling it together last minute, and it's not cheap to do last minute, as everybody knows. But yeah,
Have
your
you
guys' help, we're actually getting there.
Have you two jumped on trains before? Are you good at that or what? No, not so much.
No, not since I had my knee replaced. I don't think I can keep up with the train anymore.
Yeah, I know. Good night to get rummy. Yeah, it is a good night to get rummy. And Peace
rummy.
Doves throwing you some shamrocks there, Shanda.
Thanks for the shamrock.
Yeah, geez, yeah, we got Snorky. Hey, Snorky, got a weather question for you later on in the show. Jilly Love's over there on the Rock Fin. Thank you, those in the Rock Fin. I know that this has probably been talked about today to nauseum, but we're just going to cut to it. And,
just hang with us, get through it.
Yeah, hang with us, get through it, because it's just been one of those weeks. And let's see, I got to wait for Marilyn and Shanda to pop up there. I always like that.
Oh, fair use. Got to get your fair use.
Fair use.
Fair
And
use.
yeah, then we've got, oh my God. Oh, and we don't know who this person's name is, do we?
Yeah, no, I have a hand gesture for her of my own.
Yeah, I think it should be double. Okay, they're good. Good timing.
Yeah, good timing.
Good timing. And I think.
Well, yeah, play
ahead.
the little clip. So this is Kristen Cinema coming in to vote down the minimum wage.
Oh, God. Can you see it, everybody? Where is she?
Oh, you'll see her stomp on. Here she comes.
Oh, she's coming up in with her. What is that bag? Is that her overnight bag?
Oh, come on. I'm sure that's a Prada that costs freaking, $4,000.
Miss Cinema.
She knew-
Miss Cinema.
Is that a curtsy? That was a curtsy.
She knew damn well. That was so performance art. Like, she walks right up, puts her thumb upside, and then holds it up. So, like, that was so... Performance art.
That's how you curtsy to the queen. And to everybody in the chats who's watching, I know you've seen this quite a bit, but this is the kind of shit you got to say enough is enough, and I'm not going to take this crap anymore. I just, it's like, oh, no, and was there a reason why she voted it down, or do we know just that she's just a witch?
I don't know, because her past, she said that she supports it, so all of a sudden now she doesn't. But I'm just glad that she could take time off from cheerleading practice to come in and make this vote.
Now, Shanda, be nice. Cheerleading practice. I think
she has the attitude of a freaking teenager right there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she does. It's like, oh, like I said, it's that guy. It's that curtsy thing. That guy in Dances with Wolves that blew his head off when he sent Shumani Tutanka Owache to the fort. He just went, ew, curtsy. That's what it reminded me of. Who did it?
No. You got to say that again. What was it?
What? Shumani Tutanka Owache?
Yeah, there. That's
Yeah,
good.
Dances with Wolves. Everybody
Yes.
everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Everybody knows
Shumani Tutanka Owache. And let's see. Kristen Sinema. She was in great company with how many Democrats? 7. Joe Manchin, John Tester, Janine Shaheen, Maggie Hassan, Chris Coons, Tom Carper, Angus King. Voted against to waive procedural objection, adding the wage hike to the $1.9 trillion. So there you have it. Now I got reamed today in a couple of groups saying, "Well, what did you expect them to do? What did you expect them to do? You know, the squad won't force $15 minimum wage in the stimulus bill." And this person said to me, "What were they supposed to do? The vote happened in the Senate. This is a garbage photo pot shot at easy targets, had nothing to do with the failure to pass. This group has turned to utter shit, attacking a few people who are actually trying to help people. The people in Congress who were not wealthy insiders who leveraged power to get elected. And effing degenerate is what I was called for putting that up." Now, what I would answer to this person would be, they can call these pieces of shit millionaires out. That's what they can do. They can raise holy hell and kneecap them and get them exposed for the corporate-owned shills that they are. Simple as that. End of debate. Would you agree with that, Shanda?
Absolutely agree. The cognitive dissonance is just maddening lately. I can't even go on social media lately. Like, there's too many fools. They're ill-informed, and it's not my job to inform everybody. I just don't fight. I just don't fight with them anymore.
Yeah, the Blue MAGA.
Yeah, Blue MAGA is out of control.
They are. Aren't they like sufferers of TDS that have migrated to Blue MAGA? And
right, exactly.
And they're a first woman president, and the walking death rattle can do no wrong. So if you say anything negative about them or the squad, you're the enemy, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, these are the same people that attacked Trump for the last 4 years, and now they just set their sights on us because. Yeah. Hey, they don't got Trump anymore.
Come talk to us, and let's give it 6 months, 12 months, a year. Tell us how that's working out. That vote blue, no matter who, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Now is this Sinema again?
Yeah, this is Sinema, and she's wearing her Kate Spade fake fur pink coat, handbag, and pumps, which cost $1,250. All yours for a total of 172 hours of minimum wage work, thanks to her efforts to keep the rate at the paltry $7.25 an hour. So Phoebe tweets out, "May the odds forever be in your favor."
Thank you, Fee. Thank you, Fee. You keep me sane, Fee. When we, yeah, that was quite a good quote there. What do we have here from the Hill? The Hill, which I'm not happy with lately.
Good news. The stimulus kind of passed a little bit.
Kind of passed a little bit? Does that mean
kind of passed a little bit? But Joe went out there and partied like it did pass, and that like checks are already on their way. Even though that's not happening, we have to wait till it goes back for another vote, maybe Tuesday, if they can keep their majority together and it doesn't fall apart. So fingers crossed.
All right, let's see what the president has to say.
Good afternoon.
Oh shit.
It's a good day today.
Sunday.
You know,
or Saturday.
When we took office 45 days ago, I promised the American people that help was on the way. Today, I can say we've taken one more giant step forward in delivering on that promise that help was on the way.
He hasn't delivered.
I want to start off by thanking the Vice President, but I want to thank all of the senators who worked so hard to reach a compromise, do the right thing for the American people during this crisis, and voted to pass the American Rescue Plan. It obviously wasn't easy. It wasn't always pretty, but it was so desperately needed, urgently needed. I also need to say a few words about the Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who I spoke with many times in this and again this morning. I served in the Senate, as you all know, for many years. I've never seen anyone work as skillfully, as ably, as patiently, with determination to deliver such a consequential piece of legislation that was so urgently needed as the American Rescue Plan. Chuck Schumer, Senator Chuck Schumer. When the country needed you most, you led, Chuck, and you delivered. Neither I nor the country will ever forget that. And it's not a moment too soon. I've been talking about the urgency of this need. For over a year, the American people were told they were on their own. We've seen how hard that has been on so many Americans. As of last night, 519,064 lives lost to the virus. That many empty chairs this morning, the breakfast table, gone. More than 400 small businesses closed unnecessarily. Millions of people out of work through no fault of their own. I want to emphasize that. Through no fault of their own. Food bank lines stretching for miles. Did any of you ever think you'd see that in America? In cities all across this country? Families facing the threat of eviction. This nation has suffered too much for much too long.
$1,400 is going to fix all that, all of it.
Yeah, oh my God. And Chuck Schumer is now the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yes, and Chuck Schumer stepped up and saved our country. So this was a 9.5-minute speech, but I just had to bring you one more highlight from it. It's a short highlight, but I mean, if you listen to what Joe's saying, oh my God, they've cured homelessness. They're going to cure curb hunger. They're going to fix it all.
I don't know if we can put Patty.
The economy.
Do we have to put Patty Tweets through another bout of cyclic vomiting? She's like throwing up all over the chat.
Yeah. This one's bad.
All right.
Believe that 24 million adults and 11 million children, as I speak, in the United States, suffer from food insecurity. That means simply they don't have enough food to eat. Did you ever imagine in the United States of America, you'd see lines literally miles long, folks in their automobiles waiting for a box of food to be put in their trunk? I stood in line handing out food.
He fed them.
He fed them.
Coming up.
Nancy gave him dessert.
Never thought they'd be in that position. This helps families who are behind in their rent and their mortgage payments so they aren't thrown out of their homes. Look, the bottom line is this. This plan puts us on a path to beating the virus. This plan gives those families who are struggling the most the help and the breathing room they need to get through this moment. This plan gives small businesses in this country a fighting chance to survive. And one more thing. This plan is historic. Taken all together, this plan is going to make it possible to cut child poverty in half.
Did you hear this shit?
It's significant, historic. We'll cut child poverty in half.
I don't believe that for one fucking second. It's going to cut child poverty in half, even though you refuse to raise the minimum wage and they let Republicans vote-a-rama kill it. Are you kidding me? But it's going to take half the children out of poverty.
You know, I hope people are analyzing what he just said in those two clips, but he's focusing on small businesses. He said 400 small businesses. 400 small businesses? First of all, I think it's a hell of a lot more than 400 small businesses. If you want to include the cottage businesses in on that. And you know what? What about all these companies that have closed down and their employees no longer have health care or are living, paying their bills? So, Joe, this just giant victory today, and you're gushing all over the likes of Chuck Schumer, makes me want to vomit. It really does. We should have the minimum of what the other developed nations have, and Canada, and I'm shouting out to David Dole and Christo too. You guys get some sort of UBI. You guys get national health care, be that as it may. It might not be the greatest, but it's better than what we got. But this is ridiculous. This is $1,400. That was supposed to be $2,000. And what's the limit on that too? Is it 50,000 or did they leave it at 75,000?
I don't know what they lowered the limit. Like 12 million less people are going to get it than under Trump's last stimulus. 12
million. Yeah. So
yeah, they snuck in all kinds of shit. We haven't even heard. They spent 25 hours amending this last night into today, and God knows what the Republicans snuck into it. And they don't tell you that on the little news clips about it passing, like, oh, by the way, they snuck in blah, blah, blah for Egypt. They snuck in blah, blah, blah for Israel, blah, blah, blah is getting this. You don't hear about all that shit that gets snuck in. It's just where you're hearing about what the stimulus is going to be.
Yeah, these omnibus bills are absolutely fucking, those should be outlawed. Absolutely.
Mitch McConnell called it one of the worst bills we've ever fucking snuck through, and it was like a ripoff to the American people. Not that I care what Mitch says or believe, but
isn't that what they said about the CARES Act?
not everybody's praising it.
And they were right about the CARES Act?
Right. The CARES Act ripped fucking us off big time.
Yeah, and it enriched the already rich. So
like it always does. So what the rich get out of this one?
Yeah, it's insane. And again, I'm gonna stand firm on my positions here. We got to stop this shit. And well, anyway,
I like the Elon Oz over there.
Yeah, the Elon Oz. Well, I was just gonna say that's Elon Musk right there. That's Elon Oz.
That's Elon Oz.
Yeah,
Elon Oz.
I just every time I look at Joe Biden, it's reminiscent to me of that Elon. Is that rocket ship that keeps blowing up on the pad? I'm just waiting for Biden.
It actually landed. It landed like a couple days ago. I saw it land.
Yeah, but it blew up after it landed.
It did?
Yeah, that's what I understand. Am I wrong, Chad?
Well, it always blows up. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like turn off the gas when it stops. It's really. So I don't know.
Turn that barbecue down.
Turn it down. Anyway, hi everybody again. Hi Peace Dove. Hi Holly Horn. Hi Holly Horn. Mrs. Carter. Stevie Redneckonomics. How you doing? Patty Tweet's still alive. She hasn't vomited her guts out yet.
Well, this is kind of a vomit-worthy show, so don't put your vomit bucket away just quite yet, because we got a couple more on the dock.
Yeah, you better. Hey, Pat the Batman fan. You don't want to be Elon. No, I don't want to be Elon. Yeah, and Pat, we got a karaoke closet tonight. Just shout out to you.
Yeah, I brought one.
Got from Pat the Batman fan. And who else we got over there? We got Brazil Peterson over there. Bread and Circuses. Bread and Circuses. Absolutely right. Hi, Oz Whistles. Good to see you. And Vermont Bread Smith, Gazar. I think we got everybody over there.
We got 14 watching over on the Rock Fan. 15. Hey, welcome.
Wow. You know what? We hit just about 30 last night on Amber King's show.
I heard you guys moved, so you could talk dirty.
Yeah, we had to. They would have definitely slayed us, the YouTube gods. Just a public service announcement for those of you who have had your comments removed in the YouTube chat. Well, guess what? Our chat, our engineering, Roar Media, they removed one of mine yesterday. And it's my show. And it was just like 40 chess or something like that. It wasn't snarky or nasty or gross.
Nope.
Google Mods came in and removed your comment. And it's like saying, what the F is going on? And I know,
I think allowed to say 40 chess.
Yeah, what can I say? I asked the question, what have the Democrats done in the last 4 decades for us, in the same sentence? So that must have been it. So I feel your pain, chats, but I don't have a lot of sympathy for the dang Googles. Come on, Panquake, and go over to Rockfin, sign up. Yeah, Rockfin, sign up if you can, if you're inclined to. We'd love you. Go over there, because ultimately I think that's going to be one of the platforms that we're going to be on exclusively. You've got one here. What do you got here? What is this?
This is kind of just a funny recap of the week.
Oh, that's what we need. And you've got King Biden there with his Burger King hat on. Okay, let's check it out. Looks like fun.
Well, it's been another productive 12-minute week. I'm just so glad that we don't have to read the other guy's tweets anymore. You're welcome, America. I'm off to bed. I just want to say happy almost anniversary to everyone out there celebrating the almost 1 year anniversary of the 14 days to flatten the curve. We did it! Congratulations!
Wait a minute! Are you telling me that potatoes aren't human?
Well, I'm gonna need a new intern. I better put an ad out in the paper. Let's see, intern needed. Must enjoy lots of hugs and hot dog challenges. Hey, Hillary, I believe Andrew's accusers.
I do too. His accusers need to be heard.
You really think that, Hillary?
What difference does it make?
Bill is Bill and Joe is Joe. But I believe Cuomo's accusers.
Vice President Harris, what are your thoughts on Governor Cuomo?
Did you say Brett Kavanaugh?
No, I said Governor Cuomo.
Well, then no comment then. Welcome, everyone, to Story Time with President Biden.
Oh, shit.
Hey, kids, welcome to whatever this is. So, just talk about the books you're gonna read. Oh man, this is a great. This is a great book. I mean, it's called Dr. Fauci Wears a Mask. We got rid of all the confusing, racist Dr. Seuss books, and we replaced them with the amazing Dr. Fauci books. Read the books, Joe. Do you like to wear a mask? Yes, I like them. Joe, I am. Hey, they put my name in here. Just read the book, Joe. I do like to wear a mask. I do wear one here or there. I would wear one or two anywhere. I do like to wear a mask. I sure do like them. Joe, I am. Hey, can I read Hunter's book now?
Fact checkers never even existed until the truth started coming out.
Hey, man, they've done studies, you know.
Studies about what, Joe?
My approval rating is up 61%. 61% of the time, it works every time.
That don't make no sense.
Hello to everyone in the overflow facilities.
Hey, do I start crying yet? When do I start crying?
I tell you when to start crying.
Hey.
Oh, those guys are terrible.
But they're not too far off base, are they?
No, they're not. These are the righties, man. And I think they're right on. I just, again, and oh my God, do not do not try and hold any of the squad members accountable, or the blue MAGA is going to come after you. So, same with Jimmy Dore. If you platform Jimmy Dore or talk good things about Jimmy Dore, they come after you.
Yeah, I'm over it. When they went after Reverend Barber for calling out Harris for not supporting the $15 minimum wage, like, how dare you? I'm just like, you people are just ill. You're mentally ill.
They are.
You don't care about helping people. You can't tell me that you obviously get more than minimum wage if you're telling me that we can't fight for it. It's just the way I see it. I'm just done with it.
No,
nobody living on less than minimum wage would say that to somebody else.
No, and it's just so cavalier, or is it cavalier or obtuse? The way they just pretend, that it's, oh, no.
Yeah, sorry, can't do it.
Can't do it. Yeah, and these are coming from millionaires. And yet, no, the squad members aren't millionaires yet. But I want to make this point. These squad members crank out a couple of books during or out of Congress, they will be millionaires.
Yep, exactly.
Once you get on that hog's back, you get paid, and you go for what Nancy Pelosi went from, what, 5 million to 100 million in her whole career.
Yeah, right.
Give me a break.
Right.
Give me a break.
That was legal. That was legal. That was nothing to see here.
Yeah. So don't come at me with your bullshit. These squad members could be stepping up and calling these people out, because although it's a club, you want to build unity with the people, not with the club members, because you're talking about the likes of Joe Manchin and John Tester. Are you kidding me? Angus King. They're not anywhere near anything fighting for the people. So don't sell that bullshit. We have to hold them accountable, and I don't care how you do it. You speak your mind, like Dr. Cornel West told Jimmy. He needs to speak truth to power. Speak it how he's going to speak it, and do it.
Yep.
And that's bringing us to, and we don't have the we don't
get your puke buckets back out.
Yeah, this is going to make you vomit. We don't have a horribly long show, but it is a nauseating show. Yeah. So we're going to go here. Did the chat stop for you, Amber or Shanda?
No.
Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. It's going good. I thought I froze for a minute. Yeah. Anyway, these are these elements, these sacks of meat at the Minority Resort, and
this one just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with it, because they're going after Glenn Greenwald of all people.
I know. I fucking know it. God.
For a long time, I'm not speaking for you, Emma. I'm speaking for myself. I was hesitant to criticize Glenn Greenwald in a sort of general way because
he could
for a
kick
long
your
time,
ass.
I had a lot of respect for the work that he did. Not just people can have issues about whether how much reporting he did. He was fortunate, whatever. He was a very I thought strong voice for a decade or so, and I
totally agree with you.
And I think it's quite possible I gave him his first nationwide media hit
Sure
on
you
Air
did.
America.
Sure you did.
Back in the day. Very possible.
No.
Probably
Oh my
likely,
God.
actually.
Seriously?
Yeah, I know.
He was a
cured-
guy I really
he cured
appreciated. I
cancer,
would
too.
see that, he would get under people's skin. And but it was all, I think, I think he did it in a thoughtful way. And then things started going off the rails a little bit. There was there's been criticism over the years that has sort of made me sort of question certain things. It was a Twitter. I think he's gone now. I think it was he Rancid Tarzi, who was very critical of Greenwald for the way that he monetized the Snowden information.
Here we go again. Monetized.
To me, that's more okay. But the reporting was so brave that it's just we all monetize our stuff.
And, I understand. But I'm just sort of giving the evolution of sort of certainly the stuff that he did down in he's talking about Lula here and in Brazil, under a law threat from the Bolsonaro regime. But that was, over time, things became a little bit sideways. And I think he got very upset when he was critical of Obama and got bumped more or less from, MSNBC, where he would go on to the shows, some of the shows that I wouldn't go on. And then, we are in Jay Johnstone territory on some level here, where things go off the rails a little bit. Here he is on a Daily Caller show. Ostensibly, he approaches these audiences I don't know what he's supposedly going on there, but I don't know how you can defend these statements as being anything other than disingenuous. Here it is. It's a long clip. Do we have to play the whole thing to get the context?
No, we're not going to play that clip.
We can move through it, I guess.
Okay.
But
We can move through it. We can take it out of context. We can do anything we want with it. All right, Shanda, go ahead. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Emma, I totally agree with you because you're paying me and I am such a shitty washed up has-been that nobody wants to watch that I'll come over to your show and get paid. So whatever you say, I'm going to agree with, Sam. That's all I hear Emma saying.
Yeah, and Sam Cedar, he's got this folksy kind of a talking around the things. He said a whole lot of shit, casting dispersions, polishing his deal. So again, going after Glenn Greenwald's why I brought that clip. I would like to see him go a couple of rounds with Glenn Greenwald because Glenn Greenwald would take his little fucking egomaniac head right off. So Sam Cedar and the Minority Resort, go fuck yourselves.
Yep.
And I'd even take a crack at you in any open forum, anytime, asshole. So that's how they roll over there. If MSNBC wants them to jump, they ask how high. They're a corporate entity. Right. And guess what? They have grown a little bit. They dipped after Force the Vote. So what happens? I believe that MSNBS or Comcast or whoever.
They're on the corporate algorithm.
They're on the corporate algorithm. They pump some money, some advertising for them. They go over there and they bullshit people. And that's just where it is. And you know what? You guys can think what you say. You can watch their garbage all you want. But in my area, they're just trash and they're opportunists. They're against, they're truly against anything to do with the people, Medicare for all, or ending these wars.
They call Glenn out for putting the Snowden records behind a paywall. Well, we all know that he didn't have as much say at The Intercept as we all fucking thought. So did he actually do that, or did somebody else do that?
Yeah, I'm thinking
maybe investigate like a journalist is supposed to.
Yeah, usually, you would do that because at The Intercept, we all know how Ryan Grimm has basically sold his soul for censorship over there, and he's going to bark the corporate line as well.
Yeah.
So once again, and talk about platforming. We actually just platformed the Minority Resort. I apologize.
Hey, I didn't. You did, man.
Okay. I'll take full hate and discontent over that.
Yeah.
Truly. But I just wanted to show you what Weasley, greasy, slimy, double talk. And I listened to that guy during Air America. I listened to Air America 24/7. But that guy, back in the day, we were all on hate George Bush team, whatever, Iraq and stuff.
Yeah.
But that guy,
we were the TDS of those days.
Yeah, and we did not have a lot to choose from. Minority Distort.
It was easy to choose. We had Cheney, we had Rumsfeld. Come on.
Yeah, but I tell you, these outfits, I like Crystal a lot. I agree with much of what she says. I believe she means what she says. I even like Sagar a little bit. But you know what? They are platforming the same talking heads, just like MSNBS, just like CNNBS, just like TYTBS. Why don't they have people like in our chat or people other than the same ones over and over again? And Ryan Grimm, Chuck Rocha, are you kidding me? I don't want to hear shit from these guys anymore. I want to hear fresh perspectives. I want to hear from people out there in the field more so. But again, I agree with Jimmy. Watching Ryan Grimm on the Hill puts me to sleep.
Me too.
It's just absolutely terrible. All right, moving on. Sorry, guys.
God.
Sorry to put you through that. You can throw.
Don't worry, we got like 10 more.
That's all we got. We don't have that many. But we got here, Senator Bernie Sanders, minimum wage fails in the Senate. Senator Bernie Sanders proposed amendment hike to the federal minimum wage. Is an amendment to hike the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour failed in the Senate on Friday, with 7 Democrats, 1 independent joining Republicans and voting down the measure. Well, I just brought this up. Bernie, you got it stuffed in your face again. How many times are you going to take it in your eye socket without tearing these fuckers apart? My friend Joe,
never.
When are you going to call this shit out? So again, I got nailed.
In his legacy days, he's just gonna write this out, not rock the boat. Don't expect anything from Bernie, because I don't.
You know what, Bernie? Thanks for the memories, buddy. But unless you bite back when these guys break it off in your eye socket, we're not going to get anywhere. What have they done?
We're not getting anywhere. We haven't gotten anywhere. That's the freaking point.
Nothing at all. And speaking of Jimmy,
I had to bring Jimmy getting a little bit of his gloating rant in against Cenk Uygur. I am a huge Jimmy fan. I've met Jimmy many times over the years. Of course, I've always followed his career, especially the year that he spent at TYT, where we knew he wasn't on board with their TDS. Like, what is Jimmy still doing over there? And finally, he made the break. He got the hell away from him, and he didn't say a fucking word. He didn't badmouth them. He didn't say why he left. He would just say, amicable differences, difference of opinions, different creative visions, but he never said a word till just now. I mean, in the last week, he is letting loose on Cenk, and Cenk deserves every bit of it.
Well, yeah, and like I said before, I had this conversation with Pasta the other night. Jimmy didn't go after those fuckers on Force the Vote until they came after him at Force the Vote. So anybody who wants to argue, the records
smear
are
pieces
but yeah, he's been burning down Cenk Uygur and the TYT for the last couple of days. I'm all for it, man. Take them down, because they're
cheer it on.
Yeah, they're talk about fake.
Great point. When he says I'm burning my bridges, what? You don't burn bridges with politicians. You don't have the fuck are you talking about? You mean you're burning your access to them because you're going to tell the truth finally? That's what you mean? You're like, I haven't been telling the truth for a long time about them. And now I'm gonna. I certainly didn't tell the truth about the CARES Act, and I certainly didn't tell the truth about forced to vote. But here it is right in my face, and everyone sees this $15 minimum wage, and there's no denying what's happening. And so even after they got kicked off their committees, they thanked them. AOC, Katie Porter almost thanked Nancy Pelosi for kicking her off her committee. AOC said nothing about losing their committee assignments. Neither did Young Turks.
They voted for her.
That's right. So when he says burning my bridges, it sounds like what? You mean you finally decided to stop doing access journalism with them? Fantastic. By the way, your own audience, his own audience saw through it. There's the poll they did on their site. Should progressives in Congress withhold their votes from Pelosi until she promises a Medicare for all? That's 85 point some percent of his own. So it's almost 9 out of 10. If you round up, 9 out of 10 of their own viewers said do this. And they're like, nope, sorry. I need donor money. I need donor money. Fuck you and your health care. So they're not doing this, right? So Cenk puts out this stupid video, which I'm going to play in a second. But then this big idea is this. This is great. You can sign AOC's petition instead of ours to create your own. They're sending a petition to Kamala and Joe Biden to put a petition.
It's great. Strongly worded.
It's a strongly worded petition instead of using the power you actually have.
Strongly worded. We all know where those strongly worded petitions go.
Yeah, and if you guys are inclined, go over there and watch the statement that Cenk makes. It's the most hypocritical piece of gutless garbage that I have seen, and somebody needs to be calling him out right and left. Oh, they were. I mean, the comments under that thing were just ripping him to shreds. Once again, they come at all issues, all ways, so they can just pick which one they want to go. The most feedback they get from positive stuff for them.
Yep.
So
don't worry, you're not going to have a choice pretty soon over voting for Democrats, Republicans, or third parties, because with HR1 they've made it pretty impossible for third parties to even exist. So you'll get funneled back into the duopoly.
So what were they polishing the knob on that HR1? It was horrible. It's screwing everybody. So
it's their Trojan horse. They got to say, oh, look, we're going to make it to where you don't have to show ID to vote. You don't have to show ID, so anybody can vote. People that were on mail-out lists can just get a mail-out because there's no reasons, whatever. Okay, so yeah, it expands a little bit, but then there's all the campaign finance and all of the qualifications for ballot access, and they tweaked all of that shit because the progressives and the independents got too goddamn close to them in 2016, and they're worried that they'll rise up again. They know that energy is out there, and where is it going to funnel? So if we make ballot access in most states inaccessible, then it won't be a problem.
Well, this is overreach on steroids, and I'm going to tell you guys this again.
But no, they love it. We lap it up with a spoon because they tell us it's good, and we go, okay, it's good, yum.
Yeah, if it's on MSNBS, it's good. Share it.
Yep.
I just once again, I am more interested in supporting efforts to expose these fuckers because it takes less money to expose them. It just takes the right people and the right connections than it does to run against them and beat them. I'm not going to say don't run against these guys, but some people just keep running against them and losing, running against them and losing.
Brick wall.
Wall. Why not?
I got to say, Joy's interview with Nina yesterday, I'm so proud of Joy. She did ask some really fucking hard questions. And when you're sitting on the other side of one of these interviews, it's not as easy as it looks. You're nervous, you're stressed out, you don't know these people. And she did get some questions in there, but Nina sidestepped them, especially the one about what are you going to do if they rig it against you? Now, how many times in this country have we seen progressives fight back? And Nina didn't have really an answer for it. We just need more people to turn out. You can't win a game if they keep changing the end zone, keep moving the goalposts.
Well, she sidestepped the force the vote one too. When her brother West and brother Joy, Brianna Joy Gray, she sidestepped it, and basically to me that's not backing him up. So again, you got to pick
I can't get behind any candidate right now. I've spent so many years spending my time, my money, my energy, phone banking, canvassing, selling merch, buying merch, just tabling, being in parades, you name it, I've done it all. And for what? For them to get there and do what the squad is doing now, which is absolutely nothing to help the people. I am one of those people that is in those food bank lines. I am one of those people whose job has left because of COVID. I don't see where they're helping. And so I'm done helping them.
Well, I'll tell you again, I've reassessed how I credit people or how I promote people. No more do I say, I know they'll be a great congressional rep. I say, I hope they're going to be a great congressional. I hope, because I don't know. I've got more knives. I've got a 36 knife holder stuck to my back, and it's full.
Yeah.
From Obama, the Clintons, way back when, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can go all the way back.
It's so many holes in my back. It's crazy. It looks like something out of Grimm. I mean, it is terrible. So anymore, you have got to prove yourself, not only running, but when you get in the office. And if you don't, we're going to throw shade at you. It's my hope that Nina Turner is what we need in Congress. It's my hope. But you know what? My hope has been hope and changed to death.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I'll support her as best I can, but watch out, everybody. There are going to be people who, I'm not unique, are going to be raising money to expose these phony fuckers in Congress and those who are running in Congress.
Expose and recall.
Expose and recall these guys. If you want to split your money and give half to that and half to the ones that are winning, because when they lose, which they've been losing over and over again, other than the few who've won, and I question some of those where they got their money and support now after seeing it, I would start raising money to go after these congressional reps and exposing their records, exposing what they've said, exposing their partnerships with these corporations, exposing these backhanded promotions. This is what we've got to do, because running against them, you can't beat the money. You can't beat the money. Very rarely. Somebody's going to come up to me and say, oh, but Oz, we've gotten so many progressive seats. Well, I don't hear those progressive seats talking about Medicare for all, getting out of these wars, or $15 minimum wage. So shut the fuck up.
Just got more Democratic seats. That's all.
Yeah, give me a break. You're tossing that hot potato back and forth. I'm sorry.
More people fighting the Republicans is not what we needed.
So I got a little bit too passionate and too mouthy, but you know what? I'm done with the niceties. So I want to give a shout out to Rockfin 80s Mod dropped us a nice generous super ray over there. Thanks for all you do. Safe travels, Shanda. So you got some for your trip. And Voxel Vix gave us a super ray. New York pizza's the best. I got to go with you, Zox. New York, Chicago style pizza is good, but I'm a New York pizza guy.
I'm a New Yorker all the way.
Yeah, New York pizza. So that's where I'm at. We brought some Rising, and I will tell you, I'm getting
none of this shit. I didn't bring no Rising.
I brought some Rising. I stand corrected. Apologies. I brought some Rising, and again, I bring the Rising primarily for what Crystal says on things, because those people they're platforming on Rising make me want to puke. I mean, they need to get some. When are they going to have Jimmy Dore on there? The 12th of Never again, or what?
Yeah, right.
No, they're not. So let's hear it. These are a couple of clips. They're not too long.
When voters went to the polls in a pair of Georgia runoffs, they were made a very clear promise. Vote for the Democrats and you will get $2,000 immediately. Those weren't my words. They were the words of Joe Biden and of the two Democratic candidates who were on the ballot. It was so simple and so popular and such an obvious political winner that I actually thought they were going to do it. They couldn't possibly go back on this promise, right? Yet here we are. The winter is beginning to lift here in D.C., turning to spring with cherry blossoms just around the corner, and checks still have not gone out the door. Apparently, when Democrats say immediately, they mean 3 months down the road. Not exactly a helpful time frame if you are trying to make rent or keep the electric on. But the lengthy wait is just the beginning, as you all know well now. When they said $2,000, they actually meant $1,400. And now the final touch, the fringe characters that get called centrist threw a fit and got 17 million new people kicked off the rolls of getting this stripped down belated benefit at all. And thus, Democrats have turned something that should have been the most obvious political winner of all time into a political liability. It's like somehow being gifted lemonade and managing to turn it back into lemons. Even though not a single Republican is going to vote even for the reduced benefit, people are going to be pissed off primarily at the Democrats who have the power and jerk them around, making clear that it pains them even to send out the most meager of assistance. To my knowledge, the elements of this package that have been the most haggled over and decimated ultimately were the ones going directly to struggling people. I'm talking about the survival checks or big negotiations over unemployment and the minimum wage, which of course did not survive the process at all. As Dan Price, the Progressive CEO and activist, tweeted, "I'm already thinking Dems will lose in 2022 and they will deserve it. Spending more political capital securing Neera Tannen's career ambitions than you spend trying to raise wages is the very definition of deserving to lose." It's also perhaps the perfect metaphor for what this party is really all about. Its first priority is an establishment protection racket. Everything else comes after that central mission. But
Yeah, it's an establishment protectionism racket. End of story.
Yeah, it's always the people that get screwed and cut out of every freaking deal. I mean, if I told the power company immediately and then waited 3 months to pay them, yeah, they wouldn't. They'd be there by the end of the business day. You know? Whatever happened to the end of a business day?
Yeah, absolutely. Patty Tweet says, I'm moving off Verizon, and it was the only non-MSN news show I watched. You know what, Patty?
Me too.
Patty, do them a favor, or do me a favor, or anybody that you want to do a favor for. Tell them why. If we all concentrate our messages in their damn chat threads in there and say, hey, you're bringing the same shit talkers on. Let's hear some real people, some people that aren't vested in their careers or making thousands and thousands of dollars for interviews. I just read an interview that, what was it? One of the channels paid for an interview with Oprah. $7 million. What the hell was that? It was the Meghan Markle and the Prince. They paid $7 million for an interview of those two. You know, not that I give a F, but you know, that's for ratings. But again, I'm not going to be investing that much because Rising is floundering a little bit on this stuff. They were doing good for a while, but I noticed the trending is down. So let's finish this off.
People like me, I don't watch them.
No, I suffer. I watch a lot of things, so Shanda doesn't have to, or nor does she want to.
I used to endure Democracy Now!, but I can't take it anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm done with the false
and slap Amy. Like, who are you? Where's your beanie? You need to put your beanie back on because somebody sucked your brain out.
Well, I don't know who said it yesterday, but they reminded me once again. Anybody that pushed the Russiagate narrative does not deserve my attention whatsoever.
Exactly.
So anyway, this is the second of the only 2 Rising clips I've got tonight, but this has some good stuff in it.
Okay.
And all of that. But who are the people who delivered Georgia to the Democrats? It was suburban households, largely, many of whom were promised a $2,000 check. And now they actually just wrote those exact people out of the eligibility requirements. So not only are they delivering less money, they are now delivering no money to so many of the people who in good conscience voted for them because they knew they got a stimulus check the first time around and now are just written out of history. And for all of the many people, the true cons who are like, and look, I shouldn't make fun of them. It's a legitimate question. Why do people who need $160,000 even need a check? Now look, this is based off of 2019 tax data, not 2020 tax data. Right. AKA, a lot has changed. I know many people who have been laid off since 2019 whose income is significantly less or who have had to take massive cuts in wages but don't qualify for unemployment. That's the best part about a universal check distribution is it plugs the holes of the decrepit unemployment system, which we covered here on this show. Before we get to those
It's like the one thing
takes,
the government has actually been able to do well is just send out checks.
because it's easy. Everybody's got a social security number or whatever. You can just send it. And the IRS has data on everyone. And through this process, they have cut 12 million people out of it based, again, on flawed 2019 data. How many of those millions of people lost their job? Or even in Georgia, how many thousands of people lost their job, said, I got a check last time from Trump. Biden said he was going to give me a bigger check. Not only are you not getting a bigger check, you're getting $0 this time.
I thought about flipping the camera on a little bit early there for a minute. Anyway.
The stoner corner's
The
coming
stoner, that's why. Okay, I get it. You know, I'm going to keep this, if you don't mind, this crazy Sinky in the corner. I love watching him pop up everywhere.
You know, he's been moving around all of the decks. So you'll find him on The Dive. You'll find him on Accidental Activists. Yeah. You know, I got to say, Oz, I actually watched this one the other morning when it dropped, and I caught myself going, wow, I actually agree with Sagar on this.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I do agree with Sagar. But he was just actually being a reporter.
Right.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Go
okay,
figure.
That makes sense.
What do we got here? Did you bring this?
No.
Oh. Jeff Stein, Senate Democrats will move forward with a version of the REEF bill. Blah, blah, blah. They'd rather appease corporate donors than run the country. Give the finger to 67% of Americans while hiding behind procedural nonsense. Yep, we know. You brought this one.
Yeah, this is what if Facebook community standards was a person. Creepy. Totally true.
God, I think I dressed up. I looked just like that on one year on Halloween.
I want to say I love the family portrait over there of the Grizzalls.
The Grizzalls.
Grizzozes.
Grizzozes. Is that daughter? Who's sitting on my knee? Who's sitting on my knee? Is that?
I am.
Oh, okay. So is that's Clark Griswold's wife, and the daughter's behind, and that's Amber King, and then Little Oz there, right?
Little Oz. Yeah.
Oh, you just grossed me out.
I know, it's pretty gross.
Oh my gosh. Terrible. How's everybody doing out there? Is everybody still with us? Oh, wow. Yeah, we do have a lot of people still in here.
Hang in there. We got the dance off coming up, which is going to be hilarious, totally worth the wait. And then, of course, we got the movie, which is one of the series that we watched last week, which is The Model Citizen.
Oh, okay. And you brought this, right? This is, what is this?
Yeah, you can't really read it, and I couldn't darken it up, but what it says is, mine just totally blew out of me.
Your mind?
See it, Oz?
Your mind?
No,
Yeah, I can see it. Number 1, smoked weed, $10. Number 2, pop pills. Number 3, went streaking. Number 4, skinny dipped. Number 5, been arrested. Number 6, gotten into a fist fight. Number 7, gotten drunk. Number 8, wrecked a car. Number 9, egged someone's house. Who hasn't? Played ding dong ditch. Been suspended, been expelled, and pulled a fire alarm. What's that? Oh, TP'd someone's property. TP'd, stolen something, gotten a ticket, drag raced, gotten a felony, and graffitied something, and been fired from a job.
Yeah.
So which one of those?
Well, you and I took it in the green room, and I never pulled a fire alarm, no, and I never have had a felony, and it seemed like there was something else. I don't think I've ever graffitied something.
You have what?
I haven't graffitied something.
You haven't graffitied something. On the other hand, let me see what I got here again. Let's take a look at this one more time. I haven't gotten a felony, but I've been arrested. And I've never pulled a fire alarm. That's kind of like the big. Have I stolen something? Yes, I did when I was a kid. Did steal something. Plenty of tickets. So I guess I got three that I didn't. But
if you're up there over 150 and 200, I think I was 220.
Yeah.
140. I saw somebody who was 30 the other day on here, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Like, at least I've lived my life. I've done so many things, you know?
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I've done everything. Let me see. There was one in here that I haven't been expelled.
I got expelled.
I got suspended.
Yeah.
TP'd, stolen something, gotten a ticket. Drag raced, yeah. That's what we did back in the 70s.
My vet, 78 vet against an 80 vet. It was
so I guess I'm working my way up. I've still got my bucket list of 3 or 4 to do, right? So no,
I check every box. Yeah, I know, right?
You check every box. Steve. Oh, come on, Steve. Keith Hayes says got 140 for me.
I know. I'm like, can I get $1 for everyone?
Yeah, geez, I got to tell you, it'd be like that.
Take it.
Yeah.
These are just stoner corners.
They're stoner
I always
corners.
bring something like, what musician do you want to bring back from the dead? Or
Yeah, those are good. I like those. I still miss the fried chicken. I want that one permanent. Now, is that 70s Shanda and Oz?
Yeah, that's 70 Shanda and Oz. Are you on dope?
I told you about the hair, damn it, Shanda. Quit making me unbald,
that's
guys.
Red's signature look. No, that would just totally throw Red off.
Oh, God. You know, the first time I saw that guy, it was in RoboCop, and he was the villain. Yeah. And that was the original RoboCop, and I think he did have hair back then.
Yeah, probably
so
did.
That was, I can't remember his name.
Probably
but
did.
Good actor. Oh, your friend and mine, friend of the show.
The show, yeah. Serial Groper.
Serial Groper.
Yeah.
I believe.
I believe too.
Also news at this hour on embattled New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Some state lawmakers tonight moving to strip him of his emergency powers granted during the pandemic. Here's Stephanie Ramos.
He promoted himself as the face of competent leadership in the pandemic.
We are New York tough.
But tonight, the New York State Legislature voting to strip Governor Andrew Cuomo of the emergency powers he was granted to handle COVID.
This governor's inability to see outside of his own ego cannot continue to go unchecked.
It came as the New York Times reported the governor's staff rewrote a report in June, taking out the fact that more than 9,000 New Yorkers had already died in nursing homes. Today, the governor's office said the number was removed because it had not been verified. It's just one of the scandals Cuomo is facing. 2 former aides now accusing him of sexual harassment.
He is a textbook abuser.
Charlotte Bennett says the governor asked her about her sex life, whether she was monogamous, and whether she had ever slept with an older man. She spoke with CBS News.
He wanted a girlfriend. When he said he was lonely, I mentioned that his daughters had been around, and he also rejected that and said, yeah, I love my daughters, but I want a girlfriend. I thought, he's trying to sleep with me. The governor's trying to sleep with me. And I'm deeply uncomfortable, and I have to get out of this room as soon as possible.
Cuomo says Bennett misinterpreted him.
I now understand
that
I acted in a way that made people feel uncomfortable.
Oh, God.
It was unintentional.
Sure it was.
And I truly and deeply apologize for it.
I'm going to cry.
And David, Charlotte Bennett.
Okay, Shanda.
I have been warning you guys for, 8 months now. I told you about freaky nipple ring guy, but this is what I was warning you about. I just picked up on that vibe. Being a woman who's always had older bosses and they do it and then they act like they didn't, like, oh, well, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, you mistook it that way. And, when you're a young woman, I'm sorry, a pass is a pass. You know when it's a pass. Those girls, they were hit on, period. And I bet you he is lonely.
Yeah, I'm deeply sorry.
Yeah, he's lonely with his nipple rings.
Deeply sorry. I honestly, God, I don't know. Every time I look at Cuomo, this is what I think. Someday, and that day may never come, I will call upon you to do me a service.
Right.
For me. That's that guy. That's who that guy is. He's
Fredo. You break my heart.
You break my heart. Don't break my heart, man. God, I got the shiny.
Well, I hope he's
there.
going down. So there's 3 of them that came forward now. I mean, 3 strikes, you're out. Let's get him out of there.
Yeah, let's please, may we leave? That guy, it's just like the rest of them who refuse to leave office, again.
They're like, I'm kicking and screaming. You got to take me out with real evidence. Because anymore, America doesn't give a shit about real evidence. I mean, if that was the case, Trump would have been knocked out of the freaking first round of the presidential elections for 5 years ago.
Yeah,
we don't care about the sex scandals anymore.
Yeah, he's a pussy grabber. Grab him by the pussy. I know that's that.
It
You know,
doesn't
I mean,
matter.
yeah,
You can get away with that.
Yeah,
shit.
Jelly says Trump and Clinton pussy grabbing. Yeah, absolutely. And Aram, Cuomo's politics are deeply offensive every day. Absolutely, Aram.
I'm wondering if
Absolutely.
Como ever visited J.E. at his island. He was in New York that whole time, right? I'm sure they had to mingle in the same circles.
I wouldn't take bets against that.
I wouldn't either, but I haven't heard anybody. We need some of our deep divers to go find in some deep dives.
Yeah, we absolutely do. I mean, that whole thing is a mess. But yeah, I hope the guy goes
And
down.
it's being covered up. YouTube's suppressing anything about J.E. that they don't want you to hear. They want it to just go the frick away.
We can't even say his name.
Nope.
Can't even say his name. And that's why I'll tell everybody in the chat again. Last night, Amber had to split her show in half because the second half she had to run on Rockfin because it would have got us either not copyright, but we would have broken a community standard according to them, and they would have struck us for a week. I mean, no kidding. It was, yeah, absolutely. What do we got? We got a dance off coming here.
Dance off.
Dance off. Dancing.
This week's dance off is really good.
All right, it is really good. Okay, everybody. Fasten your seatbelts. This is a saucy one. This is spicy.
Yeah, this one's racy.
Is this
Yeah,
light?
spicy.
Is this pornographic?
No, I don't think so.
I hope not. I hope not. All right, here we go. Holy shit! Oh my God!
So we got Oz's John Travolta.
Oh no!
You're warming up in the studio.
I can't.
And there I am cruising as Kylie Minogue.
I can't go up against Kylie Minogue. This is so unfair.
John Travolta against Kylie Minogue? Come on, that's a
No
fair
way.
dance-off.
John Travolta in a sweaty T-shirt and some old worn-out underwear, and Kylie Minogue has got that hooded, nice little sleeky thing going on there. Are you kidding me?
Hey, women like what they like.
I know. Back to nature. All right, who wins? Who wins, everybody? Who wins?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Let us know.
Oz Travolta or Kylie Shanda? I like that. You got an ensemble going on there with you, and I just got a bunch of sweaty people in a gym from 1979.
What was this from? Was that from Saturday Night Fever?
I don't know. I keep hearing "Let's Get Physical" in the background, though. That was
an 80s movie. I don't know if you know what movie that is, Pat, the Batman fan.
Pat. What movie is that? Yeah, I can't remember. It's after Saturday Night Fever, of course, but yeah.
Oh, was it one of the Talking Baby ones that he was in the 80s?
Was it?
Maybe.
Was it? Oh God, I don't know. Oz got a vote.
The Oz Thrust got a vote.
Oz got a vote. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Patty.
Oz is winning. Yay.
Steve.
I told you.
Steve Cutler got ooh. Thanks, P Stuff. Yeah. Kylie Man Nipple. Oh yeah. Somehow I never see Oz dancing. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Brett. I will tell you guys though, I have danced. I danced in South Pacific, and I did a pretty damn good job. So mostly singing though. That was what I did for fun back in the days. Anyway, let's move on. What do we?
I'm gonna concede. You got that one. You got
I don't know.
I brought it though. I really brought it. I thought I brought it.
Yeah, you did.
I guess I better try harder next week.
Now, how much harder can you try? Jesus.
I know. I guess I'll have to be Cardi B next week.
Cardi B, yeah. No, don't do it. No, please, not Cardi.
Anybody but Cardi.
Anybody but Cardi. You got your boyfriend here.
Yes, I did.
What?
This is an older one. I want to say this is from a 2016 speech, but I cut this section out of it because I was listening to it and I was just like, God, that is so good. Yeah, it's so on point.
All right, let's just listen to your boyfriend, Chris Hedges.
The left, knocked off balance by decades of fierce state repression in the name of anti-communism, is struggling to rebuild and redefine itself. Crippled by its association with a bankrupt and ineffectual liberal elite that has capitulated to corporate power and the demands of the national security state. Popular revulsion for the ruling elites, however, is nearly universal, and it is a question only of which ideas will now capture the public's imagination, and that is why we are here today. Politics, if we take politics to mean the shaping and discussion of issues, concerns, and laws that foster the common good, is no longer the business of our traditional political institutions. We live rather in a system of managed democracy, one where corporate power legitimates itself through elections and courts it controls, as well as a subservient mass media. All purportedly democratic institutions, including the two major political parties, are fundamentally anti-democratic. They are used to crush any vestige of civic life that calls, as a participatory democracy does, on its citizens to share among all its members the power, benefits, sacrifices, and risks of a nation. They offer rather the facade of politics, sustained through elaborate, choreographed, and incredibly expensive spectacles filled with skillfully manipulated emotion and devoid of genuine political content.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nails it.
Yeah, he nails it. Steve Cutler. Chris Hedges is just so ridiculously on point. Yes, he is.
Yes.
And so is Glenn Greenwald. So is Matt Taibbi. You know, I mean...
Cornel West.
West, Brianna Joy Gray. I mean, I don't know how anybody can argue with the stuff that, especially Chris Hedges and Thomas Frank, another one. Are you kidding me, man? They are speaking truth to power. Those are the groups that we will unite with. These frickin' posers, these bullshit artists, they can go take a hike. It's just unbelievable. The contrast.
Kick him to the cooter.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. I love those from Chris Hedges. Thank you for bringing that, Shanda. What is this?
So this is did you know Utah is having all kinds of damn earthquakes since that one they had last year?
No, I didn't know that. How close are they to South Dakota? No, never mind. I see you've got Kristen Sinema's head there floating around over the door. What?
She's been throughout the deck.
Yeah.
And if you follow the credits at the end of the show, you'll see how her head got there.
Yeah. Is that violence?
No. That's cartoons.
That's a cartoon. Comedy. Okay. You can't be violent with a cartoon, or can you?
I don't. You can be violent with anything.
I don't know. I'll stick to Fritz the cat. Okay. What do we got?
Fox 13's Diego Romo spoke with a seismologist at the University of Utah who says it was one of thousands of aftershocks from last year's quake.
I think it was like 6:01, and I felt this roll kind of come across, and it only lasted probably 2 or 3 seconds, maybe. I don't know. It seemed like it lasted longer.
And although Sunday's quake pales in comparison to the 5.7 magnitude tremor that rocked the Salt Lake Valley almost 1 year ago, Taylor says it was still a shocking experience.
You kind of get used to them, but now it's been a few months since we've had any shakes, and so this was kind of a starter this morning, kind of a get your heart pumping.
Yeah, well, I don't want to have the Cascadia fault line doing any shaking.
Well, now they're saying it's because there's volcanic activity, obviously, but it's not just Utah that's having these tremors, slow slides, whatever they are. They're happening in Oregon. They're happening in California. It's just not something you see a lot of reports on unless you're watching a local news report.
Yeah, and you guys can check those out. What is that? The Snorky. What's the address of the website that measures the earthquakes?
USGS.
USGS. Yeah, I've gotten onto that, and I was watching that.
I'm on it. I get the alerts.
Yeah, and you watch these things, and then you turn to the Weather Channel, and it's like, holy shit!
Kentucky's underwater right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, wow. If you want to be depressed, watch the stupid news, the mainstream media. You want to really be depressed, go watch the USGS or the damn Weather Channel.
Well, the Weather Channel got caught making shit up, didn't they?
What happened?
They were just exaggerating storms and shit.
For ratings?
Yeah, for ratings.
I wonder where they got that from.
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, here's one that's not made up, as far as I can tell. Have you ever heard of a space hurricane?
I can't think of it. I'm too busy watching what you're doing.
What the hell are you doing up there? What is that? What do I got? Something hanging out of my nose or my mouth?
Nose ring.
What is that shit? Oh my God!
That's your grill.
That's my grill.
Space hurricane, 600 miles wide, discovered over where? The North Pole?
The North Pole. Yeah. And
is it going to spaghettify us and suck us in?
No, they've never noticed that. Yeah, it's a spiral arm storm that swirled roughly 125 miles over the North Pole, churning in place for almost 8 hours. Jeez. I mean, that's some scary poo-poo, man. It's really scary. And you know what? You know what it was raining? Electrons. Snorky, okay. Can raining electrons from a space hurricane hurt us?
Yeah, that's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, isn't that the weirdest thing? Talk about weird news. I mean,
yeah, that's weird news.
Yeah, that is weird news. I've never heard of that before. A space hurricane. Does that mean the end is coming? And yeah, thanks for the candy cane, the sucker in that. That's really cool. I think I had one of those. I had one of those when I was a kid, and I dropped it, and it got all dirty, and my parents made me throw it in the garbage. I was heartbroken.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
Traumatized you.
It did. It traumatized me. It was not as bad as when I got my first helium balloon when I was like 4 years old, and they didn't tie it to my wrist, and it flew out the car. I was traumatized to this day because I just brought it up again. So once again,
I want my damn balloon back.
Yeah, I want my damn balloon back. I wanted my damn balloon. I was just heartbroken. So anyway, what do we have here? What's this?
Okay, so remember the story I brought? I think it was to the dive like 2 or 3 weeks ago about Bellingham homeless, and they were all camped out in front of City Hall, and they brought in bulldozers and they pushed them all out. I remember they did it beforehand with marshals there, so that way activists couldn't get involved and stop it. Well, so this is a problem that started in Bellingham since they pushed those people out.
And this is just recently.
So this is a follow-up. This is.
Oh, okay. This is a follow-up, and this is Q13 Fox. But just because it's Fox doesn't mean it's not happening. Sorry, guys.
It's a local Fox.
It's local Fox. You know, they got to report news because there's people that actually see the shit.
Right. They actually do something.
Well, a mother from Bellingham is demanding action regarding safety around homeless encampments in her neighborhood after she says a man groped her 11-year-old daughter while she waited for a ride home from gymnastics.
I was driving our van to come pick her up, and I saw a man clearly inebriated walking down the street slowly, so I tried to pull in front of him to get my daughter in the van as quickly as possible. But he got to her first.
The young woman did not want to be identified for the sake of her young daughter's privacy. But Bellingham police tell Q13 they arrested the 39-year-old man who told officers he lives at a homeless encampment in the parking lot of Frank Jerry softball fields. Investigators say he allegedly slapped or grabbed the 11-year-old girl on the backside Tuesday evening as she was about to get into her mother's car. People who live and work in the area say safety is an ongoing concern surrounding the homeless encampment, which formed shortly after a large encampment was cleared from the grounds of City Hall in late January.
The encampment that is here has already shown, and the mayor and the city council have already voiced that they are unsafe. They cannot maintain a safe encampment, but let them relocate across the street from schools, from youth facilities.
Investigators say the man denied grabbing the young girl, but police booked him on suspicion of 4th-degree assault. And because of the nature of the alleged crime, officers are asking the Whatcom County Prosecutor's Office to file the charge with sexual motivation.
We arrested him for another incident on that same day. There was probable cause for his arrest for an assault that he had committed on the 28th against one of our officers, where he had been running on the freeway. Then he left the freeway, he ran down into one of our neighborhoods, climbed into a car, broke the window out of the car as he was trying to hit one of our officers with a mirror. Then he broke the front window out. They got him out of the car. He wouldn't quit fighting. He had to go to the hospital for further treatment.
Lieutenant Claudia Murphy
then they
says
let him
hospital
go?
staff evaluated the man. But the real assessment, according to this mom, should be on the safety of the adults and the children who work and play here.
Just the fact that we're expected to live and work and play in a neighborhood that is completely unsafe. We have seen the deterioration of safety from the moment the homeless encampment moved in. Our parks and our trails are rendered completely unsafe and useless to us. Is very frustrating.
Now, the mother tells us she did speak with the mayor regarding the incident with her daughter and about general safety around these encampments. We reached out to the mayor's office for comment, but have yet to hear back. This
All right.
So
yeah.
there's a gamut of shit in there that has got me
Gambit.
pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole reason they pushed the original encampment, which was out by City Hall, is because remember the City Hall employees didn't want to be hassled on their way into the building, having to pass them, blah, blah, blah. So instead of offering these people some kind of help finding shelter, they literally did like you do to get rid of ants or a mole in your fucking yard, and you just push them out. Just push them out. They'll go somewhere else. You know, as long as they're not here, they're not our problem. So apparently they pushed them into this residential neighborhood. And now here is the white privilege freaking out because we don't want them in our neighborhood.
Disposable human beings again.
Yeah.
Once again, this is what we do. And all the, and this guy, every facet of society has individuals who are going to do bad shit, period. Now, this guy happens to be homeless, and he groped that girl or something, 11-year-old, and he...
Arrest him for that. But the thing is they're talking about how they encountered him multiple times leading up to this day. He swung at a police officer with a mirror. I'm sorry, if I do that, I'm going to frickin' jail for a while.
Yeah.
Why did they take him to the hospital and then let him go, This is the problem is, especially in Washington State, we are not getting them the treatment and the help that they need through the system like we used to. They're just shoving them right back out on the streets.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they can have 600, 700 citations, a homeless person, in one freaking year.
Yeah. It's just, sweep them away. They're not human beings. And the thing that irked me the most, I guess, about this gambit of things is they're like talking about all these people being, the wretched, disruptors of our privileged ass community. Well, Shanda, do you think those people want to be living there like that?
Do you think they want to encounter police officers?
Yeah. Do you really think so?
Most of them lay low. They don't want to have any kind of interaction with people or,
Yeah.
And obviously if somebody's having a mental health crisis, then the police should take them to get the medical help they need, not just throw them back out on the street.
Yeah, but instead they throw them on the street or they kill them, which is, the other thing, the mental episode. So I don't know what to say, but they're not approaching it right. If you feed people, if you help them find housing, if they can't find it, then figure out a way to get it to them. And that'll solve a myriad of issues. And those people that need mental health, whether it's your pervert uncle or brother that's molesting your child or a homeless person on the street, they're still human beings and they need to be helped or dealt with, the best way we can. I'm just so sick of disposable people. I'm just like, stop it. Stop it.
It's getting so bad.
It's terrible.
I would say there's at least 100,000 living on the streets of LA. Their official numbers are like 60,000, but it's probably double than that.
Oh yeah, that's probably doubled or more.
Right.
Did you bring Uncle Joe doing a puzzle?
I did. Isn't this funny? Okay, smart guy. Let's see you take a crack at it.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're not that far off the mark, unfortunately. And we have this is a no-duh thing, right?
Boy, did I call it or what?
Yeah, I think you called it on steroids because with what I got another download on my computer the other day, and now I have all these security things popping up. Do you want this? Do you want to do that? Whatever. And I'm getting the ad thing. How when you search something on the net or in your email or something, all of a sudden you're getting ads for it.
Buying, ads for it.
It's Orwelled to death now. I mean,
dude, I swear I can just look at something in a store and next thing there's ads. It's
yeah,
like it sees everything.
That's that chip in your mind that got implanted while you were sleeping. What do we have here?
So the New Orleans Archdiocese calls for Catholics to avoid the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We advise that if the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine is available, Catholics should choose to receive either of these vaccines rather than receive the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine because extensive use of abortion
Derived
cells.
cells.
I don't know if I can say that though without getting us in trouble. So the Archdiocese continued. So, A cells. So anyways,
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. So they're saying don't take the Johnson & Johnson. But then the Pope came out the very next day and said, yeah, take it. You're all okay.
So what then if the Pope came out and said, what's the Archdiocese opening their pie hole for?
I don't know, but this next clip that I brought kind of might shed some light on it. So the CDC announced new guidelines for a zombie apocalypse on their website this week, which they've done this in the past. They did it in 2013, but things were a little different back then. Walking Dead was the #1 show across the country, and we weren't in the middle of a virus-driven pandemic that has called for new vaccines to be rolled out. So why are they doing this?
So this is the CDC. This is okay.
This is a news report on it.
Okay, CDC. So they shouldn't punk us for this.
No, this is a local news channel.
Nostradamus was born in the 16th century and was famous for his prophecies and predictions. Some people think he was right about Hitler and World War II, and now people are worried that he may have been right about a zombie apocalypse. He predicted that in 2021, zombies would start roaming the street, and now the CDC isn't taking any chances at all, and they're putting together guidelines for a zombie apocalypse. The CDC says the first thing you need to do is prepare an emergency kit with food, water, and other emergency supplies. Then they say you should create an emergency plan, including a meetup spot for your family if you guys are separated. The CDC says they would handle a zombie invasion like they do any other pandemic, tracking cases, doing testing, and all that sort of thing. They do have more information if you're worried about a zombie apocalypse on their website, cdc.gov. At the CBS 17 digital desk, I'm digital reporter Judith Ratana.
This is actually not from The Onion?
No, that was an actual news report for a local TV station, but the CDC actually put this out this week. This is not satire. This is reality.
Boy, that's got me a little bit feared. I mean, are they expecting a zombie apocalypse?
Well, and the fact that they're quoting Nostradamus predicting this in 2021, like, okay, the Bible predicts it too. Like, why I don't know. Will the dead rise and walk the earth? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But in the meantime, we've got Oz undead.
I love it.
Walking the earth. Look at the one with me. Look in the background. That's Amber in the background, all normal.
Oh, that's Amber's face back there?
Yeah.
She wants your part. You know that. She wants to be the zombie girl.
It's like, I'm going to be the zombie.
I'm going to be the zombie girl. That's cool.
She'll bite me and make me normal.
Well, by the way, how many people have you said over your lifetime to bite you? Bite me.
Just bite me.
Just bite me.
Bite me.
Wow. Good report. But Nostradamus, Anthony says Nostradamus, question mark, exclamation point, and you laughing all over the place.
Right. I know. Like, what?
Yeah. What? What the hell is this?
Oh, so this is just a little glimpse of probably what's coming soon for us. This is Israel rolling out its new digital health passport.
Papers, please.
Yeah, papers, please.
God, you said Israel. Is that going to get us taken down?
I don't know. Can you say that word anymore?
I don't think you can. Is there sound to this?
I don't think so. I think they just like show off. Yeah, they just show them off.
They're bracelets?
Yeah, they're bracelets, and you have to wear them to get past the TSA.
Did we pay for those too?
I'm sure.
Oh my God. Oh.
Oh, look, I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
So instead of having the chip involuntarily implanted through a hypo, they just take it on like we do cell phones. Okay, I get it.
You should see. I didn't bring the report, but what they're rolling out for the New York school districts is insane. Like they have to fill out a questionnaire every day, how they're feeling, and it's everything's on an app, and then they're supposed to sign up to take tests every like week or 2 weeks or something like that, and they got to update their COVID pass every day to get into school. So once they get their temperature taken and all of their questionnaire is okay, they'll let them into school, but only for 1 day, and then they got to go through it again the next day.
Okay, so and this is priming us for our, what is it, 90-day or 120-day inoculation we're going to start getting every 120 days. We're going to get a new needle of something good.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's switch it up here. We've got, what do we have?
Pat the Batman fan karaoke closet.
All right. What's he singing?
Can you picture that?
Can you picture that? Okay, here we go, Pat. Are you ready, Pat? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Bring it, Pat.
Bring it, Pat. Oh, yeah!
Anybody's lover, everybody's brother. I want to be your lifetime friend. Crazy as a rocket, nothing in my pocket. I'll keep it at the rainbow's end. I never take the money, I think of milk and honey. Grinning like a Cheshire cat. I focus on the pleasure, something I can treasure. Can you picture that? Can you picture that?
Nothing to it, anyone can do it. It's easy, we all know how. Now it's time for changing, mental rearranging, nothing really where it's at.
The Valley Apple Tower, golden up a flower. I'll give it to a Texas cat.
Fact is, there's nothing out there you can't do. Yeah, even Santa Claus believes in you.
Deep down the walls begin, believe me, be cat.
Be a better drummer, be an up and comer.
Can you picture that? Can you picture that?
All of us are winning, picking and a grinning. Lord, but I love to jam. Jelly belly giggling, dancing and wiggling. Honey, that's the way I am.
I lost my heart in Texas, northern lights are Texas. I keep it underneath my hat. Aurora Borealis, shining down the Dallas. Can you picture that? Can you picture that? Can you picture? You gotta see it in your mind. Can you picture?
Where it's quick and easy to find.
Can you picture?
Don't have to buy a frame.
Can you picture? Can you picture that? Can you picture that?
Did I forget to mention?
Thank you, Mr. Henson.
Can you picture that? Can you get behind it?
Pat says less people get confused. I'm doing all the Muppet voices. Very good, Pat. That was fun, dude.
That was fun. It was fun. That's why I picked it.
All right. Yeah. Good job, Pat. Thank you, Pat. We appreciate you letting us run those on there. I wanna make a request out there to Steve Culver. Steve, can we get you to do one here? Maybe one of these Beauty and the Boomers, please. We know you like to sing.
We would love to have one.
Yeah, we love that Bojangles rendition. So now we're getting to where one of my new projects, Hollyweird. I'm really getting done with Hollyweird. What do you got, Shanda?
I'm glad I could ruin it for you.
Yeah, you ruined it.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, Amber Heard. So I've been bringing this story for probably almost close to a year now. And there was a petition to get her pulled from the Aquaman movie, and it reached over 1 million. And now this week, Warner Brothers has announced that they're replacing her with Emily Clark for the second edition of Aquaman because, well, she didn't meet her contractual obligations.
She didn't meet her contractual obligations. Oh, yes. By the way, before we start this. Snorky said that bracelet is called a Fairfield chip to prove you're not Palestinian. How does that frickin' work?
Wow.
That's crazy. Thanks, Snorky. Sorry I didn't catch that before. But yeah, wow. Okay. Now, is it Emilia or Emily Clark? I don't know what it is.
Or is it Amelia? Or
I don't know. She was Game of Thrones
Emily.
lady.
Maybe
right?
it's both.
Or maybe it is. Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't Emily be short for Amelia?
I don't know. Maybe the chat probably knows. I
Maybe
don't
it's
know.
Emily.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Amber Heard. You better park that ego there, woman. All right. Here we go.
Because apparently in the last day or so, Amber Heard has been booted from the Aquaman sequel. So Aquaman 2 is apparently no longer going ahead with Amber Heard at this time. She will not be co-starring with Jason Momoa, and this is quite the development. So throughout this ongoing legal battle that's been going on between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, Warner Brothers have seemingly backed Amber Heard, and they've kind of been in her corner and supported her all the way through this. But now they've reportedly let her go for reasons that I will explain very soon, and apparently they've brought in Emilia Clarke to replace her. That's what we're finding, that's what we're hearing at this point. It's not been officially confirmed by Warner Brothers, but various news outlets are all saying that Emilia Clarke is set to take over the role that Amber Heard has just been fired from. So unless you've been living under a rock for the last year or so and all the rest of it, you may have heard there's been an online petition to get rid of Amber Heard because of what's going on right now with her and Johnny Depp, the legal battles and all the rest of it, to get her out of that role as Mera in Aquaman 2. And apparently this signature at this point is over 1 million signatures. It's got over 1 million signatures on this petition that's going on right now. But when it comes to the actual reasons behind why she was apparently fired and sacked from Aquaman 2, it apparently has something to do with a health and fitness clause in a contract that she has broken. So this comes from the Australian entertainment site Sausage Roll, so take that as you will. I will try and keep speaking now without cracking and laughing, but I'm a professional, I will do it. Apparently they've said on this site that Amber Heard did not pass her physical examination. She's put on some pounds and is in terrible shape. There is a clause in her contract which says she is required to be in good form ahead of shooting, and she violated.
She packed on the pounds from COVID and couldn't pass her physical.
Yeah, like me.
Like me. I mean, I'm glad to hear others are doing it too, but I think that Warner Brothers just used that as an excuse because they were getting so much heat and pressure from the public over the last 8 months to dump her that they finally said, okay, we can use this to get out of it.
Yeah, that's the body shaming thing's going to come out about that.
Oh,
now.
God, yeah, you know that.
Yeah, but honestly, this is not new. These actors and actresses or whatever, they've had to be really thin because their roles require it in many cases. So,
Oh, it's wrote into their contracts.
Yeah, they have to be in
more
decent
than,
shape.
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
you gotta fit the image of the character you're playing. And from what I saw, her being poured into that swimming suit, that body suit, it's you kind of I guess.
Well, she better not have them backlash about body shaming because, I just look at it this way. She signed the multi-million-dollar contract. She knew what was in there.
Yeah, she gets paid to be in good form. She gets paid.
Exactly.
That's what you take a contract, you got to do it. So, again, that's in that business. Yeah. I love this. This is great.
When the edibles kick in, I figured they'd be kicking in right about now.
God, I can't wait. Look at this. Let me get my fat head out of there. Yeah, I remember that.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I remember Slide Rock in Sedona, Arizona. Yeah, that was God. Yeah, I was like that for 3 days. I didn't think I was going to live. I thought I was going to die. But yeah.
You made it.
I'm still here. A few brain cells less, but I'm still here. But I relived that. Thanks a lot.
With your marvelous Oz dirt.
My Oz dirt head. Somebody was saying, what was that? Rock Me Osmodeus.
Rock Me Osmodeus is awesome.
Yeah,
too.
I love that. Amber, you're so good with reface. Shamber.
Thank you.
Jesus, my brain cells are that bad. Okay, what do we got? Movie time? What's this?
Movie time, yeah.
Movie time. Now, give a brief, this is part 2 from last week or what?
Yeah, so this is a whole series. It's a dystopian future. So last week we had Model Citizen. and this week is called No Monsters, and this really leads up to a really big, like, crazy, creepy finale.
Yeah, I liked it last week. It was definitely different. So yeah, this one's not too long, but I really enjoyed it last. Didn't in the end they got bashed in the head and thrown into the pit?
Well, right. So basically, it's a cycle. Like, these people live in this city. I can't remember the name of it. It'll say it, but it's controlled by robots. And basically, they have children. They raise their children, and then as soon as their children replace them, then they are done with. Right?
Yeah.
Then the machines get rid of them.
All right. So now we go to the different phase of the Matrix.
Having trouble sleeping again? Is it the monsters? Sweetie, there are no monsters here. Once upon a time, there was a little girl. She was pretty and smart, truly exceptional, just like you. Today, the girl finds herself outside of town. Bedtime is fast approaching. Shadows dance between the trees. She too is scared of monsters. She starts running. A monster, she thinks. She begs for her family, for home, for safety. The girl is scared and alone. But just as all seems lost, she is saved. The handymen have come. The exceptional girl has made it home, and the monster is gone. For there are no monsters here, not in Autodale, sweetie. We are safe here. Do you understand? You're safe here, sweetie. Now, go to sleep.
It is the Matrix.
You are truly exceptional. Autodale needs more children like you. So smart and so pretty. You won't run from your monster, will you, sweetie?
God, that's all kinds of creepy.
I know, right? It gets so much better. I've been watching a lot of animation.
Good. Welcome, citizens of Autodale.
Okay.
So this is Autodale. Yeah, so this is Autodale, and there's quite a few in the series. I mean, just in one series, there's 20, but I've been watching a lot of animation lately, and I found some really cool stuff, but some of them were like 20 minutes long. You know, I'm like, okay, I'd have to cut this one into 4. But there's a lot of people doing a lot of amazing stuff with animation.
Well, I know I speak for a lot of people in the thing. You know what? We appreciate it because this is off the norm, and we had quite a few comments. Right. Brent said, Oz and Shanda bringing great show as usual. Thank you, Brent. We're trying to inform, but we're trying to entertain. It's not all entertainment because we do bring news and stories and opinions. And that's what we're trying to do, is be analysts and entertainers, because as we all watch all these great social media people talking about politics and policy and events, we just want to find a lane that maybe they don't have so much. So we try and be a little humorous and have fun with stuff. And I appreciate all the efforts by Shanda, especially on our shows. Thank you, Shanda. It's very enjoyable to do this. We're just about out of here. What do we got?
I got a bunch of announcements. So, of course, just a reminder, we got the Boycott Amazon, and that is from the 3rd through the 13th. Don't buy anything from Amazon. I mean, don't buy anything from them anyways, but I know sometimes you have to. Just let's not cross the picket line the 7th through the 13th.
7th, yeah. So that starts tomorrow. So, yeah, please, if you can. No Amazon Prime either. So if you go watching movies and stuff over there, just give it to somebody else for a week if you can.
Right.
And I like this one.
Oh, I was so stoked when I saw this. So Shama Sawant is doing an online discussion with Sarah Nelson on March 24th at 5 p.m. You can find it in the Facebook online events, or go to Shama Sawant's Facebook page, or probably her website. And I love her. I love Sarah Nelson. Oh my God, what two powerhouse women coming together. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Sarah Nelson, the flight attendant union chair, right?
Chair, spokeswoman,
yeah.
president, something.
And she is so well spoken too. Always impressed with her.
So well, and fired up. She gets fired up. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, she does. She's not full of shit. She calls it the way she sees it. So that's very, very impressive too. So again, and then we've got, what do we got here?
Oh, so this is DC, March 17th, so 2 p.m. It's going to be the Fuck Censorship protest, and yours truly and Miss Amber King are going to be there with a bunch of our our independent media friends like Combo Couch, and oh gosh, I don't even know who else coming. So many are. So
I think Franco's going.
Franco's going. Slow News Day will be there because next, I think, is it before or after? We have the St. Paddy's Day Shamrock Clovers for Assange.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't really read that one. I don't know if there's a date on it.
Yeah. I think it's the day before, isn't it? I don't know, but it's a culmination of events happening in a small time frame. But
I'm excited to be in DC for St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah, we're excited to have you out there and networking, and we're going to try and catch some live streams with you guys talking out there. So, and when you guys do those, what you'll do is you will get a hold of me and say, "Hey, Oz, we want to go on a little bit later. Can you fire it up?" And that's what I'll do. And
right. And so, I mean, we're working on our hot spots and contingency plans. I mean, we're going into DC, which has 30,000 troops. They're trying to extend, 25,000 of them to stay there for 3 more months. And so everything's fenced off, gated off. It's not just easy to walk in there. And of course, we just saw this week that they're mining your data, anything, if your phones, they're tracking everybody that's coming into DC. So we're trying to be careful about, our technology and being able to connect. So there might be times where we can't connect. We'll have to go back to the hotel to connect with you.
But you guys can record stuff to drop, right?
Right. We're going to record. And then get this. It sounds like we're going to do a layover in Denver at the Denver airport. So we're going to go out there and get some pictures of all the apocalyptic art and crazy shit at the Denver airport.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And again, everybody that has donated a couple of bucks to help send Amber and Shanda, Team Chamber. Team Chamber. We really do appreciate that so much. And once again, great show tonight. We're about ready to head out. We've got a list, and it's creeping up on us a little bit. Thank you so much, guys. And I want to give, let me see, Keith Hayes. J9, hi J9, good to see you. I didn't see you earlier. Snorky, thanks again for being in Rockfin. We had 18 over there at one point tonight. Woohoo. And again, I'm going to flash everybody that's been helping and supporting in any way. And if we do not have you on there, and you have, let us know, because we need production help in a big way. And Anything can really give us a
Yeah,
hand.
we're getting a little worn thin, you know.
Yeah.
It's just- there
Yeah.
isn't too many of us doing everything. So.
Yeah, it's a job, but we do have fun. It's really, we love doing it. So
It's a labor of love.
Labor of love. And if you want to support us on Rockfin, just go sign up through Roar Media on Rockfin. That would be help. But follow all of our sisters and brothers, no matter where you sign up. Follow all the truth tellers over there, and support those channels. They're getting demonetized on YouTube, and Hard Lens is on a strike this week, and I think Franco's been demonetized. And
Well, they have their backup page. I noticed that they're putting stuff up from.
Good. Now, Convo Couch is demonetized over on YouTube now, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that would help our sister Fee and brother P and Johnny over there on the Convo Couch. That would be great. What are we going out with tonight?
A little bit of Lover Boy. Do a little 80s flashback. Everybody's working for the weekend.
All right. And then Monday is International Women's Day, right?
Yes, and Amber and I are working on some special women's stuff for Monday night.
Monday night, women's stuff Monday night. I don't know if we're going to have anything Tuesday. Like I said, my brother is visiting, so I'm really busy with him. I'm going to try and get that interview up with Nina Turner and Joy as soon as I can get it ripped. I'm having all kinds of trouble getting it ripped.
Me too. I'm having problems pulling stuff too.
We can't pull it. I don't know if YouTube's pulling their normal fuckery and not letting us pull stuff anymore or not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
What is this crazy fuckery?
Yes, it is crazy fuckery. Anyway, thank you everybody over on
Thanks for joining us
all
tonight.
the tubes and everything. And we do hope we at least gave you a grin or a smile or a fuck you throughout the night. So thanks again. Thank you, Shanda. And we will see you, Monday on The Dive. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great evening.
We're gonna say this is good. Are you ready? Yeah, cowbell.
Yep. More cowbell?
Yeah, give me more cowbell.
Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Oh, everyone's wondering.
from the start. You wanna be in the show. Come on, baby, let's go. You want a piece of my heart. You better start from the start. You wanna be in the show. Come on, baby, let's go.
Powerful 80s endings. All right.